Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Mind Strong Monday. This time we're going to be talking about how you can overcome self-doubt. So if you find yourself doubting things that you do in your life, in your sport, then this is going to be an episode for you. So let's get straight into it. I've actually been riddled with self-doubt recently. With the release of the Sport Yogi app, I've had thoughts of, will this work? Will people like it? Is it any good? All of this is just flying through my mind. And I did feel this during my professional career as well, doubting my performances, doubting my ability, maybe even what others thought about me. It really does go on. But first off, I want to mention that having self-doubts is totally natural because it's usually around something we care about. You want to come across the right way, you want to give the best performance, you ultimately want to do well. So how can we combat this? And just even thinking about self-doubts in a completely different way, even from what I've just mentioned, you will start to understand that it is a part of the process of doing anything that is worthwhile. So if you feel like it's something that is valuable, whether it's to you, to others, your inner circle, then you will face self-doubts. And we're going to try and give you some tips and advice, but even just from what I've said, just reframing it, knowing that it's totally natural, it's a part of the process because you care. So the first one I want to mention is self-awareness. Becoming aware of these self-doubts is the first step of being able to stop them in their tracks. If you aren't aware of them, and they will continuously work in your mind. They'll continuously come in, and if you're not aware of them, you're going to be overwhelmed. You're just going to be run by these emotions, these thoughts. And you can do this in a number of ways. You could perhaps do meditation, sitting down and allowing your thoughts to come and go and just looking at them in a much more objective way. Or another method is writing down these thoughts, the doubts. And that way you can look at them in this objective way. You can see them for what they are. You're just reading them on a piece of paper, and you give yourself a chance to remove the emotion from it, which often clouds what is true about them or the untruths about them. So give that a go. Maybe just sit there, note when you're feeling these moments of self-doubt, these moments of like no clarity, and you're feeling it as if those emotions are just running you. Just take a moment, say stop, take a breath, have a think about them, and write them down if that really does help. That is something that I've used that massively helps. The next one is looking at your close circle. So Will Smith said this beautifully in a post that he put up on Instagram, which was check your friends, check those around you. Are they throwing logs on your fire, or are they pissing on it? Now, ultimately, going into your close circle, you want to have people that you value, you trust, you value their opinion, and they're able to give you an honest opinion on your self-doubts. So verbalizing your self-doubts is another way of making them real, rather than just keeping them inside and letting them run and run and run. You actually say them, you're able to give them meaning by speaking it to someone. But the people that you talk to, you want to make sure that they are people who are optimistic, they fuel your self-belief rather than say or do things that fuel the self-doubts. So take a look at who it is you're speaking to, whether that is someone that you want to be speaking to. They are an optimistic person, they are a positive person, but they also are realistic in what they would say, and you value their opinion. They may be able to give you a completely new outlook on what it is that you're thinking, and also help with coming up with a plan of how you overcome it. Maybe some action that you need to take which will quash these self-doubts. So take a look at your close circle, the people you value, the people that are around you. Are they fueling your fire? Are they fueling your self-belief, or are they fueling your self-doubts? And you want to be around those positive people. Next up is a mantra. And now a mantra is a phrase or a word that you would repeat in order to become what it's intended for. However, it's important that we link emotion to our mantra. Our brain will not pick it up, and it will not believe it unless there is an emotion, a visualization to go with it. So making sure that it's something you deep down believe in before you go off and repeat it. So in an example, you might want to be more confident. Now, just going and saying I'm confident doesn't really mean anything unless you link an emotion to it. You need to be able to visualize maybe when you were confident before you go ahead and repeat that phrase to yourself over and over again. So making sure that it's something you deep down believe and you have an emotion that you can go with, so that when you do start to repeat this phrase to combat your self-doubt, you truly believe it, you truly do understand it. And that is a really powerful way to overcoming self-doubts. So some steps you can take. First off, write them down. This is really powerful. It's a really great way to make your fears, your worries, the stories that you're telling yourself objective, and you can view them for what they really are, which is usually untrue bullshit. So look at them, recognize what they are, and then you can start to move on to the next step, which is talk about them. So go back to that close circle of friends, show them the self-doubts that you have, be really honest, be really open, be vulnerable in that moment. It's really hard to do, it's uncomfortable, but ultimately you're going to be looking for a way out, and those people will be able to help you. They will be able to, and even just having the conversation, talking about it, you may even come up with a plan yourself. And then finally, make a plan. Having a plan gives us confidence. It allows us to overcome our self-doubts. If we've got a plan, we do feel much more confident in what we're doing. So whether that's through a conversation with yourself or with others, and recognizing where these self-doubts have come from, having a plan will allow you to stem those thoughts wherever these self-doubts have come from, and you'll be able to make that plan and become even more confident than you were before. So try these methods out. These are things that I've used and I really value. But ultimately, again, even if it's something like using a mantra, linking that emotion, linking that positive thinking with it, and a strong visualization of where you want to be can make a massive difference. And then, yes, making a plan, having that roadmap of where you want to go will allow these self-doubts to quieten a lot more. It is, again, totally natural to have these self-doubts. Don't feel like if you're having them, you're unique. Everyone does have them, and they are a great litmus test for whether something is challenging you, whether it is something you care about, and ultimately whether it means something to you and it's worthwhile. It is a part of the process, and having them is so natural. So try some of these methods out, see how you get on, and let me know. Thanks again for listening to another episode. Be sure to reach out to me on Instagram at Lewis Hatchett. You can find me at lewishatchett.com. Also, if you're an athlete that is looking to feel, move, and train better, then head over to sportyogi.com, where you can download the brand new app. It's available on iOS and Android. There's a free version. There's free classes that you can get started with straight away. But I'm so excited with the release of this. So do head over to sportyogi.com. You can also head over to Instagram at thesportyogi, and I will leave the links in the show notes for all of these. Anyway, thanks again for listening, and I'll see you guys soon.